circulate racism, as we heard from him earlier on this week. He's an advocate of privatisation of the National Health Service. He's an advocate of undermining the powers of the Scottish Parliament.
John Swinney has accused Nigel Farage of introducing racism and hatred into the Hamilton by-election during the final weekend of campaigning before the polls open. The Scottish First Minister described the leader of Reform UK as a real threat ahead of the voting scheduled for Thursday in the Hamilton, Larkhall, and Stonehouse by-election. Swinney's criticism followed a Facebook advertisement from Farage's party that suggested Scottish Labour leader Anas Sarwar was favouring Pakistani individuals over Scots, featuring a clip of Sarwar advocating for increased South Asian representation in politics. Hello viewers, welcome to UK Pancakes. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss any insights about UK elites. Speaking to a group of activists, including several MSPs, former MPs, and candidates for the 2026 Holyrood election, Swinney contrasted Reform UK with the late Christina McKelvie, whose passing led to the by-election. He expressed that this election was one they never wanted to contest, as it signified the loss of someone cherished, who embodied generosity, tolerance, and inclusion. Swinney condemned Farage's influence on the campaign, stating, "He has brought racism and hatred right into the heart of this community, and it is repugnant. We will stand against it in every way possible." When questioned by reporters, Swinney indicated he was not worried about potential defamation claims related to his accusations against Farage. Initially perceived as a two-way race between the SNP's Katie Loudon and Labour's Davy Russell, recent weeks have seen a rise in support for Farage's party. After his speech, Swinney remarked that it was very clear Labour was no longer a contender and that the election was now between the SNP and Farage. He emphasised his commitment to preventing Farage's politics from gaining traction in Scotland, labelling them as harmful. Throughout his address, Swinney frequently mentioned Farage, but when asked if this focus might inadvertently help Reform UK gain support, he replied, "I just need to ensure that people in this constituency are aware of the threat that Farage poses in this election. If Farage succeeds here, it will lead to NHS privatisation and attempts to undermine the Scottish Parliament, which aligns with his beliefs." Meanwhile, in Hamilton, Reform UK's candidate Russ Lambie was seen rallying supporters ahead of a canvassing session, including some who were brought in from Northern England. During a conversation with reporters, Mr. Lambie was asked why the parties initially seen as front-runners in the campaign were dedicating so much attention to reform. "They are canvassing and achieving similar results to us, which is why," he explained. He continued, "We take great pride in not being confined to any specific voter group and not being limited to certain segments of the community. We're receiving support from all over the area. If you speak with our volunteers, you'll discover that some were previously SNP voters, while many others were Labour or Conservative supporters. That's what we're most proud of, breaking down the traditional barriers in Scottish politics." Mr. Sarwar stated that Labour remains in contention for the seat in the upcoming vote on Thursday. "It's a contest between us and the SNP. Every single vote will matter," he told PA on Saturday. "That's why, if you want to defeat the SNP, if you want a local representative, and if you want to embark on a new path, the best way to achieve that is to vote for one of your own, vote for Davy Russell." The Labour leader also accused the First Minister of having promoted reform for a very long time, a claim Mr. Swinney disputes, asserting he would call out Nigel Farage's toxic influence. Despite Mr. Swinney's assertion that it's a two-way race between the SNP and Reform UK, Mr. Diffley emphasised that the SNP is leading as clear favourites heading into Thursday's election. They are currently significantly ahead in the national polls, averaging around 35 or 36%, while Labour is polling at about 20% and Reform at 15%. Mr. Diffley expressed confidence that the SNP would win, but the second-place outcome remains uncertain. He remarked, "The dynamics among the parties have shifted dramatically over the past 9 months. If this by-election had occurred a year ago, Labour would have been the clear favourite to win. But now, they are likely to lose. If Reform manages to surpass Labour and secure second place, Mr. Diffley warned it would signal a significant message to Scottish politics regarding the electorate's disillusionment with mainstream parties. He stated, "It would convey that the level of discontent among voters is so profound that a new party, with no established history or policies in Scotland, no leader, and no apparent grassroots support, can still perform well in a by-election." Thanks for watching till the end. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. We hope to see you in our next UK Pancakes.